And our next speaker is Hugues Durandeau from the CEA in France, who works at the French Atomic and Alternative Energies Commission. He's been working there for 10 years. He's in charge of the facility configuration management and shot database of the laser megajoule control system. He's been working in all different phases of the project, from specification to commissioning and now maintenance. Thank you.
Thank you for this introduction. After a brief introduction of the LMG facility and a description of the command hardware and software architecture, I present you how you integrate a new version of command control subsystem and new bundles, and to conclude, the milestone of command control, the introducing of the LMG facility. One of the major goals of the LMG is to achieve fusion of deuterium and tritium under inertial confinement. On these pictures, we can see the LMG building. One of the 4 laser bays and the experimentation chamber in the target bay. This exploit view shows with more realism some bundles in the laser bay. The beam pass through the transport sections to the experimental chamber and focusing in the experimental chamber. We have 22 bundles of 8 beams in 4 laser bays, 3 bays with 5 bundles, and 1 with 7 bundles, plus a petawatt laser line. And of course, and supervisory and integrating command control system to ensure personnel safety, facility setting and operations, experiments and data collections. Now, a brief description of the command control architecture with 2 parts, the hardware and the software. The LMG command control system is commissioned on 2 independent platforms, one for command control integration, the PFI platform, in a dedicated building, and another for laser operation and experiments, the LMG platform. Each platform consists of 2 virtualization infrastructure composed of 2 data core servers, each one managing 20 terabytes of disk, 11 ES6 servers with 4x12 cores and 256 gigabytes of RAM, and a vCenter server to manage the VMware infrastructure. Each of these virtual infrastructures is dimensioned to execute more than 100 of virtual machines. And virtual independent context can be configured using a virtual routing and forwarding technology, VRF. On the LMG platform, this allows simultaneous operations in the operational and in the integration control system room. Now, the software architecture, the central. The central control software is in pink, and the 12 subsystem control are in blue. The central component of each subsystem is a SCADA supporting the supervisory software and all the operators guides. And this SCADA is interfaced with 4 main components: a resource manager, a sequence manager, and a configuration manager and an event logger. The resource manager is responsible of managing the facility data model inside the SCADA. And the configuration manager is a distributed database that allows the operators to enter the facility data model and make it available to the command control software, and particularly the resource manager that are embedded in the SCADA. a few words about the data model. I mean the set of objects and class the resource manager exposed to the SCADA and that allows describing the facility under control. The key concept is what we call a resource. A resource represents equipment like motors, instrumentation, diagnostic, or a high-level function like alignment, laser diagnostics. A resource is an object with attributes, methods, functions, and configuration data. Configuration data are parameters we can give to a function to execute the actions. And we manage all the data model using the Facility Configuration Manager. Now, how we integrate a new version of a command control subsystem and new bundles. The command control integration is done in a three-step process. First step concerns factory acceptance test performed by the contractor, acceptance test for equipment and for control system. The second step concerns the integration test with equipment simulators. These tests are performed on the PFI platform in a dedicated building by a dedicated subcontractor under CEA responsibility. The third step concerns integration between command control and real equipment in the LMG building. This is done from a dedicated control room. These operations are made bundle by bundle with the following phases. Industrial test for each subsystem performed by each contractor. System test of the whole control system performed by CEA. And bundle delivery for validation from operational control room. I will explain this phase in the next slides. The bundles are integrated from the integration control room. Subcontractor perform the industrial test using their integration tools. Then, CEA performs system test using the dedicated control system. And at least all equipment controllers of the bundle are connected to the operator network. From the operational control room, CEA commissions this added bundle and carries on the experiments. Now, we will see how we connect a new bundle to the operation network. First, we connect equipment controllers to the operation network by changing the VRF. In the second step, we update software using a setup installer or by cloning the virtual machine or by using Acronis for personal computer. This step depends on the fact we have a new software version or not. In step 3, we update the framework data. I will explain this in the next slide. And we perform system tests and declare the bundle operational for experimental campaigns. Now, how we update framework data. Sometimes when a new version of the supervisor system when we have a new version of a supervisor system, we can have a new framework data model. So first, we must update the operational bundles into the new model, and we must keep data. So there are many cases. unchanged resource, very easy, nothing to do. Modified resource. Warning, we have to update it step by step. Moved resource. It's very spicy. We have to do specific and manual actions. New resource. It's very easy. Update from the class with default values. And deleted resource. It's easiest. Update from the class. All these actions use functions of the FileCity configuration manager. And for the configuration data of a new bundle, first we export from the integration control room the configuration data, and then, in the second step, we import them into FileCity configuration management of the operational control room. So, to conclude, the milestone of command control. The first laser target interaction experiment was done on fall 2014. The integration, since ECALEPS 2015, the integration control room was commissioned. A new bundle was commissioning after functional integration on ICR. A global maintenance contract was started in the middle of 2016. The 15 contracts of the command control realization are closed, and we began the maintenance phases. The first laser interactions experiment with two bundles was done on fall 2016, and the next two bundles are on way for integration. And the commissioning of these two bundles is planned for start of 2018. And in the same time, several experimental campaigns were done. Thanks for your attention.